Coach, congratulations on the win and the winning streak. As you look back over these last 7 matches, what are some of your biggest takeaways from what we can glean from this winning streak that you've run off?
I think the team is playing a mature, professional, complete 90 minutes. So we are dangerous enough going forward. Some teams have better solutions defensively against us, so we don't have as many clear chances. But in every game we are creating chances, which is always important to see. And we are not giving up many chances. And so I think our collective defending is very good. As I've said last week, I think part of collective defending is also making good decisions with the ball. In build-up play, you are not exposing yourself to too many transitions. When you do lose the ball, it's in areas of the field that don't hurt you as very much. And on top of that, your reactions after ball losses are good and collective and immediate, which is really important. So you're seeing it all kind of come together. Misfiring a little bit at the beginning of the season, certainly away from home and some stretches of home games. And now you're seeing the team compete for 90 minutes and play a very, for lack of a better word, very professional manner. And it's something we asked them to do, and I couldn't be prouder of the guys, and they're being rewarded for their hard work, because it is hard work.
Hey, Steve, what were the biggest challenges that they gave you defensively? What were the things that you maybe would like to have seen be better?
Well, I think our press tonight was energetic, and we were trying to be on our front foot and keep them as far away from our goal as possible. We got into trouble when both of our 8s were high pressing, and they were bypassing them and trying to find their 10s underneath. Not a whole lot of threat after that, thankfully, because they invested 9 guys in build-up, and so there wasn't a whole lot going on after that, so there wasn't a complete transition for them. But it did cause us some issues, and had to drop our lines then a little deeper. And I think that was maybe set pieces as well, as can always be an issue. One can always slip in. Those were the 2 changes we saw. Those are the things we spoke about at halftime, and we came out of the second half not in a great manner, but after that I think we had things under control, and again finished the game in a way I thought was clever and good.
Steve, again, congrats on the win. You mentioned the term team. Like last season when Denny was off, one could argue that the team really relied upon him for scoring. This season, it's as if he doesn't have to score. Obviously, he's dishing assists, things and so forth. Would you say this 2024, geez, I lost track of the year, is more of a team than what last year was in terms of operating as one unit?
No, I think we've always been a strong team. Each group of players you build, each roster you build, will have strengths and weaknesses. And so I think the roles of each player on your roster could change from year to year. For players who were here last year, they might have a different role this year. Mateusz Bogusz, for example, has a different role now. But he has adapted to his new role, and players have adapted to him. And so I think the team is maybe separate from the individual responsibilities. But the sense of team and the coaching staff and the organization, putting always the team first ahead of every individual, is something we take care of, and something that's important to us. So I think the team has just been fine all the way around, even in year one. When we had that summer transfer window, brought in a lot of new players and bigger name players. It took a couple of weeks, but eventually we were stronger for it, and it paid off in the end.
Hi, Coach. You have a 2-week break coming up, and then 2 games on the road. I believe one in Florida, one in Texas, really hot at the time before you have the big showdown July 4th in the 2 games here, and then the Rose Bowl. Just wanted your comments on this stretch, first the break, and then these games that you have coming up. How do you keep the momentum going?
Well, the momentum stops tonight, and that's okay. We achieved our objective, and was to get maximum points out of the last games, and the team is fatigued and needs a break. We are losing some players for international break, and possibly beyond that for Copa America. So that can hurt in that stretch that you mentioned, but it can also be an opportunity for other players to step up and we will not change the way we approach things. We believe in this roster, and we believe we can win away from home as well. So it's difficult in Orlando, and it's difficult in Austin, but I believe we've won in both stadiums before, and so we will try to replicate. And the month of July is also super congested for us with Open Cup and, like you said, July 4th. Unfortunately, on a Thursday, maybe not the best scheduling, but July 4th we can't change. It's July 4th, so it is what it is. We'll accept it and feel obviously, our strongest team at that moment in time. But what happens until then, I have no idea. First and foremost, the next break, the players who are here will get some rest, some well-needed rest and deserved rest, and our internationals will hopefully go away, be successful, and come back in a healthy manner.
Steve, these first 16 games, you have 6 goal scorers, but 12 players who have assisted on goals. Is that?
Sorry, my kids.
That's all right. Yeah, with your kids. Is that any indication for the kind of production you want to see from your team? Or would you like to see more players get goals? And does the assist number say anything to you?
I think it's important that we as a group remain dangerous and can score goals. Who on the end of it is and who's assisting, I'm not too concerned with. There are a lot of rotations in our front 5, if you will, the 8s and the front 3, and then our outside backs get involved as well. So I'm not too concerned who's on the end of it. And we actually see this in training as well. Goals come from all over the place. Our offensive structure when we are in the final third should always look similar, and players have the freedom to rotate and float in different positions. But the important thing when we do that is that all positions are occupied. And that's important for your counter press. It's important for offensive marking and obviously for second balls. So, I'm not too concerned whose names are on the score sheet or on the assist sheet. It's just a matter of, as an organization, are we continuing to get in behind, create chances, and bypass more defenders than opponents on a regular basis?